What if the biggest threat to banks isn't another bank? What if it's code? Right now, a silent financial revolution is happening. No buildings. No CEOs in suits. No marble floors. Just math. Just software. Just Bitcoin. And the truth is simple: Bitcoin isn't competing with banks. It's replacing them. The old system for over 100 years, banks have controlled money. They hold it. They move it. They freeze it. They lend it. They profit from it. If you want to send money, you need permission. If you want a loan, you need approval. If you want access to your own money during a crisis, you better hope the bank says yes. Banks close on weekends. Bitcoin doesn't. Banks charge overdraft fees. Bitcoin doesn't. Banks can block transactions. Bitcoin can't. And that difference? It changes everything. The birth of Bitcoin in 2008, during the global financial crisis, trust in banks collapsed. Millions lost homes. Jobs disappeared. Banks got bailed out. And then, something appeared online. A white paper by someone called Satoshi Nakamoto. It described a new kind of money. Peer-to-peer. No middleman. No central authority. That was the birth of Bitcoin. A system where you are your own bank. Be your own bank with Bitcoin. You don't need a bank account. You need a wallet. You don't need approval. You need a private key. When you hold Bitcoin in self-custody, no one can freeze it. No one can inflate it. No one can print more of it. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Banks can create money out of thin air. Bitcoin cannot. That scarcity is power. And power is shifting. The problem with banks operate on something called fractional reserve banking. That means they don't actually hold all your money. They lend most of it out. If everyone tries to withdraw at once, the system breaks. We've seen it happen before. Bank runs. Withdrawals paused. Accounts frozen. But with Bitcoin? If you control your keys, you control your money. No bank run. No waiting in line. No permission. Just access. 24/7. Anywhere in the world. Payments are changing. Think about how you pay today. Debit card. Credit card. Wire transfer. Payment apps. Every transaction passed through layers of banks and processors. Each layer takes a cut. Each layer can block the payment. Each layer slows the process. Bitcoin removes the layers. You can send value directly to anyone. No bank in the middle. No business hours. No borders. A transaction in minutes. Settlement without approval. That's not an upgrade. That's a replacement. Global freedom in some countries, inflation destroys savings. In others, governments limit how much money you can move. Some people can't even open a bank account. But anyone with a smartphone can access Bitcoin. It doesn't care about your passport. It doesn't care about your credit score. It doesn't care where you were born. It just works. Across borders. Across politics. Across broken systems. This is financial inclusion at a global scale. The rise of self-custody. Here's the part most people miss. Bitcoin doesn't just challenge banks. It changes behavior. People are learning about private keys, cold storage, hardware wallets, financial sovereignty. They're asking new questions. Why should I trust a third party with my savings? Why should my money lose value every year? Why can my account be frozen without warning? Bitcoin forces people to think differently about ownership. And once you understand that, it's hard to go back. Institutions are watching. The same institutions that once ignored Bitcoin are now buying it. Wall Street is entering the space. Corporations are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheets. Governments are discussing regulation instead of banning it. Why? Because they see what's happening. Bitcoin isn't going away. It's growing. And the more adoption increases, the less control traditional banks have. Is Bitcoin perfect? No, it's volatile. It's misunderstood. It's still evolving. But so was the internet in the 1990s. Back then, people said, it's just a trend, it will never replace newspapers, it will never replace shopping malls. Now look around. Every major shift feels risky in the beginning. The big shift that isn't just about price. It's about power. For the first time in history, you can store wealth without trusting a bank. You can send millions without asking permission. You can opt out of inflation-based systems. Bitcoin is not just digital money. It's a choice. A choice between centralized control or decentralized freedom. Banks aren't disappearing tomorrow. But their monopoly is cracking. The question isn't whether Bitcoin replaces banks completely. The real question is, how much of the banking system will Bitcoin absorb? Savings, payments, store of value, international transfers, even lending. The shift has already begun. And revolutions don't ask for permission. They happen quietly, then suddenly. The early understand. The late react. So, the real decision is simple. Will you trust the old system forever? Or will you explore the new one forming in front of you? Because whether people realize it or not, Bitcoin isn't just competing with banks. It's building something that doesn't need them. And that might be the biggest financial shift of our lifetime.